What's up, everybody? John Eric Poli here with My MMA News, and today I'm joined by Tabatha Ricci, who will be fighting Jessica Penne at UFC 285. That is the big March pay-per-view, the first of two March pay-per-view events. Fight date March 4th. So, Tabatha, thanks for being here. Really appreciate the time.
Oh, thank you for having me one more time. I appreciate.
Yeah, it's always great getting together and doing one of these. And for
Yeah.
you, right? I feel like since we've been doing these, right, there's been a lot of momentum going. Your name's been getting bigger and bigger. This has to be probably like the biggest opportunity for you so far in your career here. You're fighting on a John Jones pay-per-view event, T-Mobile Arena, a
Yeah.
big opponent who's a former title challenger. Just how excited are you for this opportunity to go out and compete on such a massive stage?
Well, I'm very excited for this opportunity. I think it was worth all this waiting for a fight. Supposed to fight October last year. Fortunately, Jessica have some issues, but now I'm very stoked to be part of this UFC history with John Jones' return. So yeah, it's an honor for me to be sharing the same cage that he will be fighting in this on this big card.
And it's funny you mentioned there, right, about last October. I was going to ask you about that because we did an interview, and if I remember correctly, you were first booked to fight Cheyenne Velismus, which was
Yeah.
supposed to be this, big fight between two rising contenders. Then she falls out, and it was like, oh, well, okay, well, she fell out, but then you got Jessica, who, like I said in the beginning, former title challenger. At the time,
Yeah.
she was ranked in the top 15.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another great matchup there. Then, like you said, she had some issues. She had to pull out. How frustrating was that to not have just one, but two opponents, two big matchups there, and fight never comes about?
Yeah, and it was super frustrating for me. I was ready. I was training so much for that. I got all my teams involved. Everybody was there, family, friends. Everybody was supporting me. But it's nothing I can do. Nothing what I can throw about this. The only thing I can throw is how I manage all that and how I take these problems. And I think I'm only getting better. I use that as experience, everything that happened to me. So it just a move up to me. It was a great experience, the whole camp that I did, and everybody that support me. So I'm just glad to be training, being healthy, no injuries, and now having the another chance to be back on the stage.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you too about kind of just the way how all of last year ended up playing out at the end there. I know that whole situation took place in October. Did you want to try to get a fight in later last year, or was the plan after all that happened just we'll regroup and we'll shoot for early 2023 like you're doing now?
Uh, I wanted to fight as soon as possible, because I was ready for the fight. I had no health issue, nothing. But the UFC was pretty booked, so it was hard for them, I think, to put him in one of the cards. And but I think it was worth it because now I'm on these big cards, so I'm just happy and thankful to be fighting soon.
All right, let's get into some of those fight specifics now. Training
Yeah.
camps going on. Actually, as soon as we wrap this up, you're going to be heading to a boxing session. So, how's your camp been
Yeah.
so far as you put the final touches on it?
Camp is being amazing. I have an awesome team. We've been working hard. This week, we're slowing down a little bit, just sharpen it up some weapons, keep the technique, game plan, focus on the weight cut. These two last weeks a little tough on the food, not much, a lot of food, a lot of water right now. So just focus on this right now. But camp overrise, I have amazing training partners. Everybody helped me a lot. So I'm just grateful. I have one of my best camps.
And what's interesting for this training camp too is the fact that you guys were booked to fight last October. It's kind of like you have back-to-back training camps for the same opponent there. What's
Yeah.
that kind of been like? That has to be a unique situation for you in your career.
I do love to train. I really enjoy this process. Actually, more than in the fight over there. So I'm always in camp. I'm always in training. So it's nothing new for me. Nothing like tiring or surprise. I really enjoy this process. The grind time, the time spent in the gym. That's my lifestyle for me. So it's nothing surprise.
All right, let's talk about Jessica now here a little bit. Obviously, you're scouting her yet again. Just what have you seen out of her as you've been scouting her, and what are you kind of expecting on fight night?
I watch a couple of her fights, when we're supposed to fight later. And right now, I think she comes from a background grappling. She's also jiu-jitsu black belt. So I think I expect a little bit similar style as a Poliana. So I think she might want to try to use her distance to keep me away and maybe try the right time to try take me down and use her jiu-jitsu or some judo technique. I know that she trains with Jay Flo and he's a great coach too. So I'm ready for anything, everything. If the fight goes stand up, I'm ready. If we go on the ground, I'm ready. I'm just ready to finish the fight.
All right. So now, before we came on air here and started recording this interview, we did speak for a little bit off air, and you were telling me that this is kind of going to be a little bit of an exciting moment too, family wise, for you because we're gonna have the
Yeah.
whole sharks around. We have
Yeah.
baby shark, mama shark, and grandma shark all going to be around for the fight. So, just how excited are you two to welcome your mom and your grandmother into the States here, bring them along to fight week, and get to spend some time with them afterwards? It's going to be really just a whole big drawn out, just big family moment for this opportunity.
Yeah, I love this family environment. It brings me a great energy and a lot of confidence to go to my fight, especially having my grandma, the grandma shark here with me. That's very special for me. My grandma never went out of for Brazil, so it's her first international flight, and she's like 84 years old. So for her, it's gonna be like that kind of tired for her, but she'll make it. As she loves to watch me. She's very tough watching fights. So it's gonna be a super special this moment.
So, what's it going to be like too for you during fight week? Because I know for a lot of fighters on fight week, you're a little stressed out. You're days away from getting inside of a cage and getting into a fist fight. You're cutting weight, which can be very stressful. I know a lot of fighters will, even if their families are around on fight week, they kind of separate themselves a little bit. Do you plan on doing that, or are your mom and your grandmother going to be around for everything?
Oh, my mom and everybody can be around me. I like to have the people that support me during the camp stay with me, bring this good energy. We just separate when it's time to work, and like when time to train, they watch me from the side and let me do my thing, and when it's start time to eat or time to talk, they're around me on the right time, so we're pretty good in separate those things in the right moment.
All right, so let's talk about this year now here. Obviously, step one, go out on March 4th, get the win. After that, though, what's the plans here for 2023?
Well, my plans from 2023 is kind of the same one from 2022 because I had a goal that getting the rank was one of my goals for the last year. So I stick with the same because I need to get in this rank and then build myself up. So I'm looking for after the fight, and if I deserve a spot on the rank, I'm very glad. And from there I can keep climbing my way up towards to my belt.
And we were just speaking about that earlier because at the time when you were supposed to fight Jessica last year, she was a ranked opponent. So if you got the win there, obviously you would be ranked right now as we're having this conversation. I was going to ask, do you think a win here, if it doesn't get you that number next to your name, do you definitely think a win here sets you up that absolutely your next fight is against somebody ranked in the top 15?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope they give me someone in the rank. I hope to be in. I don't know much how the rank works. I think is the social media, the media people that do that. But yeah, I know that Poliana is in top 15. I already have a win against her, and now Jessica, she probably is gonna be like right below her, 16. If I have a good fight, I think I deserve my spot in the rank, and then I'm ready to fight somebody a little bit higher. Whatever my manager and the UFC thinks is a good fight for me, I'm ready for it.
You're definitely ready for it, and I'm sure at some point soon when we're doing one of these interviews, we'll be talking about that number being next to your name. But in the meantime, I do just have two quick more questions for you, then we'll wrap things up here. Just about this fight card, there's obviously two massive fights on it. Let's start with the co-main event of the evening: Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Just want to get your thoughts on that matchup.
Well, I think this is gonna be a very interesting fight. Valentina, she's a well-rounded fighter. She's been proven that she's good in all the areas. So I kind of go with her. Really love her style, and I think she's just on her prime right now. And I think she's gonna show a great fight. I'm Valentina team now.
All right, now to the main event that night. John Jones coming back after a little layoff, vacant heavyweight title on the line against Surreal Gone. Big matchup. A lot of fans really excited for this one, as they should be. I'm sure you, just being a fan of the sport, have to be excited for this fight. Just your thoughts on that matchup.
Yeah, I'm very fan of John Jones. You know, I always been his fan since I started MMA. So I'm John Jones side too. I like, you know, I'm very excited to watch him coming back. You know, rise his way up again. And I think both are great fighters too. I just love his style, and I think he's gonna be like just ready and hungry to be back in the game.
Now, if you see John Jones on Fight Week, since you're a fan, are you going to go up and introduce yourself and get to meet him?
If I have a chance for it, I will, of course.
All right, Tabitha, appreciate all the time as always. Last thing before you head out today, plug your social media so people know where to follow you at. You have any management, social media pages, sponsorships, anything like that that needs to get plugged? Floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you. If you guys want to follow a little bit of me, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Tabatha.Ricci. And I'm just thankful for all my gyms, everybody that helped me training for this fight and hold my career. Big thankful for 805, my biggest sponsor, Robert, Athletic CBD, Dopamine. Thank you guys for support me and to be on my team. And thank you for having me on your show.